Today we're speedrunning Game Dev Tycoon. Now our speedrun starts with us creating a new game, and right away we can't edit our character because we want to go right into making games. We'll do a racing action on the PC and make it text-based because it doesn't really matter how you make these first couple of games. We also won't actually adjust any of the sliders for development. Normally you would want to, depending on what type of game it is, but we're just trying to get experience for this first couple of them. So I'm not actually going to release these games. We're just kind of putting them out there. And we will get a ton of these different points. As soon as that's done, we're going to say finish. And we'll get a ton of experience on that stuff. But we do want to trash the game and then make another. This time, we're going to do airplane adventure. And yeah, same general idea for these first couple of them. You also notice on the experience game, we get a times 1.5 multiplier because we're doing new topics and new combos. So that is important to just always switch it up. This time expedition simulation game, and we are now minus 2k in our bank account, but as long as you don't overdraft too much, it's going to be fine. If you do lose enough money though, you do go bankrupt and just kind of lose the game. Like it's saying our bank account's in the red, but yeah, we're going to be fine. We have time to just focus on getting better at making games. In this one, some more experience, but we just have to make one more, which it's going to be our vocabulary strategy game. You know, that's a very important one. And that's finally going to get all of these guys up to level 2 so we can actually start making games. And for this first one, what I want to do is racing simulation. Just keep it on the PC, actually do 2D graphics, and we actually have to focus on making a good game. Also, the bank's gonna offer us a loan. I will take that because we should make back more than enough money on this game. Now for these sliders, for simulation games, you want to put engine on 80, gameplay on 100, story on 0. Then for this next one, dialogues on 0, level design on 80, and artificial intelligence on 100. And finally, world on 0, graphics on 100, and sound on 80. Those are just the best places to put the sliders for simulation games. It's different for each type of game, but we're going to focus on simulation games for the start. Also, racing is really good for simulation games, which is why we chose it. And now at this point, I'm actually going to wait for the bugs to go away. I did not do this in the past, but we actually care about our games doing well at this point. And oh no, we put in one more. That should be fine. So that is going to be another new combo, and we make that. We can develop another game, this time do airplane because it's another good simulation game. And we can see how our game actually reviewed, which it should get 7s and 8s. And if we get those, we're going to be fine. We even get a 9, so I'll take that. So yeah, even with the one bug, not many people worried about it. And we're going to make a ton of money off of this. And also because our sliders are already set, we don't have to change those because all we're going to do is make simulation games, at least at the beginning of the speedrun, just to go faster. Now, as we get more successful games, obviously we make money, we sell units, and we get more fans. And our goal for this speedrun is to make a game that sells 100 million copies because that's one of the hardest achievements in this game. Now, we are a while away from that. We got a lot more upgrades we have to make, but this is a pretty good start. And you know, you got to start in the garage until you make it big time. So I will get rid of those bugs, get some good design and technology, get a new record on our technology. So that is nice, and release that guy. And then we'll make our vocabulary simulation game. And yeah, just kind of go on this process, make even better and better games. Now, this one also is never going to be a 10 out of 10 because we still have to get better at making games. But you know, it improves. Everybody loves game number 2, but they're gonna love game number 3 even better. I know, I come up with the best names for my games. I'm very impressive on that. All the while, as we make these games, you'll see we're getting a lot of research points, and those will come very important later. You can see we get a little article about us. People are gonna get excited about it. And now we have 9 hype, which means this next game should start out a little bit more successfully. Now, I will wait again for these things to go away. We'll see if I can get any more design or technology too. All right, looks like that is gonna be it, but we have a hype game. We got some new records, and we can see this is releasing, and yes, we got 10s. Okay, that is exactly what we wanted. So when you get masterpiece games, that's going to sell a ton of copies. So we get all 9s and 10s, and this is exactly how we want to start the speedrun. Now, mostly just to get more research points, I might as well make some more games, but they're not going to be nearly as well received as my last one. Still though, it's not like they're not going to make me money, so I will take a little bit of extra research points that we'll get from this game making process because we will really need those research points for later on. But our game is rank 1, now rank 2, so a little bit worse, but a very good rank. We will appreciate that. Our bank is hitting us up like, hey, we need your loan back. I am not worried about that loan at all. And the thing about this game is it's also very luck dependent what score you actually get. There are a couple of things you can do to ensure you get a better score, like getting better design and technology than your old best game, but there's always going to just be a certain amount of luck. It also wants us to move to a new office, but I'm not going to just yet. And that's because it's cheaper to live here, and we have to wait for certain things to unlock. But this one, another pretty good game, and I will take it. I was more worried about the research points though. 8s and 9s though, thank you. And there goes our loan. They're actually taking back our money. But at this point, no point in wasting time. We're just gonna have our guys sit here for a while. And the reason we're doing that is we're waiting for new research stuff. Like here, we can get this target audience, and it's just not worth it to make new games just yet, because the amount of fans and money we get out of it, it's just not worth going through those menus. By the way, if you end up enjoying this video, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Then in year 4, we learn about marketing, which is available to research, and that will be important. It costs a lot of research points. Finally, around year 6, we actually will move to the new office. It's going to be much bigger, and now we can actually get some staff, so I'm going to train myself in staff management right away. The reason we waited so long is because there are a lot of milestones that are gated by what year it is, and every time you go into menu, the time stops, so it'll make us go faster for the speedrun if we just do nothing for a bit, which is funny. Then for this guy, we'll get Anthony Davis. We'll also do a complex algorithms guy, and if you go for show reels, they're going to be better at design, and if you go for complex algorithms, they're going to be better at technology. So this one is much better. And then we'll also do one more show reel and then train these guys up with the staff welcome training. Meanwhile, for me, I will research some medium games. And for this last person, this person is much better, so we will take them and do some more staff welcome training. So now we have a lot of people that are going to be able to work on our games. Now for medium games, since we only have 2,000 fans, we can't make them by ourselves. Instead, we're going to want to use a publisher. So as soon as we finish that, publishers will start talking to us and say, hey, we'll help market your game, which will give us more fans. So I'm going to go find a publishing deal, and any topic simulation. Yeah, that's actually a very good one for the game link too. We'll just do a good old vocabulary simulation game with our regular 2D graphics. And now for these guys, engine, I want technology, and the other two I want for design. And since we have multiple people working on this game at the same time, they should give us multiple things. Hey guys, you gonna work on this game? Okay, there they go. Now they should actually be able to help us work on this game, and it just becomes a lot easier. Then dialogue, it is design, this guy's design, and that one's technology. And the thing about these publisher deals is you do have to get your people to perform good enough to actually be able to have them be good. So maybe I should have waited a little bit longer till I started it, but if we have one bad one, it's not the worst thing in the world. I will also do a marketing deal. We'll do it in magazines and demos just to help make sure our game is actually successful. And yeah, now that the guys are a little bit more into our program, they're actually putting stuff in, but that's going to be fine. We got enough hype. And with this game, that is going to be some new records. It's going to give us some level ups, and we're going to see that our reviews, not too bad. We will take 8s and 9s, or I guess 7s. This is going to allow us to get some new fans. And now, since our guys are actually ready to make good games, we can make another one, which another any topic simulation, don't mind if I do. For this one, we'll do racing, and racing's also good for a younger audience. And here is where we should get a really good game. So we'll just keep the same people on those same spots. And yeah, at this point, we should have some people being able to do a lot of good work, and this should be able to make a good amount of money. You can see we already have 1.3 million, and we have somebody who wants us to do one of these. We're going to hype up the game, say it's going to be the best game ever made. Is that a lie? It might be, but you know, we're going to say it is. So the hype is going through the roof off of that. We'll do a small campaign. Spend $500,000 on that. You gotta spend money to make money, I guess. You know what they say. And yeah, the amount of hype that this racing game has, game number 6, everybody's gonna be like, oh, I remember game number 6. That was my favorite game ever made. They're gonna be so nostalgic about it. But that is some good stuff. We'll release that one, and now it's time to make a custom engine. So what I'll do is release that one, get ourselves to research custom game engines, and we can also train up these guys by giving them some game dev gems. Now, how this game works is your newest game always compares to your last best game. So we want our people to constantly get better and constantly improve their design and technology so that they can do better than last time. So by giving them some training, they're going to be much better, give us more points in design and technology, and hopefully give us more 10 out of 10 games. But another successful deal with the publisher. And right now we're just going to do this until we hit 100K fans, but I'm going to get some mono sound. Might as well spend our research points to start improving that too. We can get some game game tutorials as well, get all of our people working. And then once those are done, we're also going to make a custom engine, which we just put all of this stuff in. It costs more money and it will take more time, but it's going to be worth it. And also gives us some extra research points, at least every once in a while it will. After that, we'll find another publishing deal. We could probably do an adventure game. Actually, we don't have anything good for that. Okay, we're going to lose a little bit of money from that contract refund. And these people ask if we should get some air conditioning. Sure, I'll help my employees out. And this guy also needs a vacation. But what I'm kind of doing is waiting for the publishing deals to reset. And yeah, just giving these people some vacations. They deserve it. I mean, they haven't made me a 10 out of 10 game yet, so maybe they don't. But you know, they don't terribly not deserve it. Any topic, any genre. That's what I like to see. Okay, we'll do a vocabulary simulation game. Use our better graphics this time. Gotta love these vocabulary games. You know, everybody's gonna love that. But we can put all this extra stuff in there too. So people should love this game. Like always for these medium games, marketing will be important. We'll do another small marketing campaign. We don't want to do the big one because it costs 2 million and we don't have that much money just yet. And we're gonna release a very good game. We did get one bug in the end there. That was unlucky, but you know, pretty good game. Salary increase. I don't really care too much. Better dialogues. And that looks like a 10 out of 10. That is what I like to... Okay, just 110. You know, I'll still take it. That's a good score. Just somebody had to be a hater. Unfortunate. And government simulation, I feel like that one is pretty good. So we'll research a new topic for that. Our game is just going to sell so much. We're going to get a ton of fans on it. And that's really what we want out of all of this. So we can publishing deal that. It's going to make us buy a license, but that's fine. And eventually we're going to make other types of games. But I mean... just making these simulation games, it's working for me, at least right now. Also, a game convention. We do appreciate the game conventions once they come because they'll just help us build more hype. And I almost forgot to actually do a marketing campaign. We'll do another small one for that. And who doesn't love their government simulation games? New record on the technology. And as soon as that's done, I probably want to give these guys a vacation just so they don't get too tired. But what are you talking about? That was an amazing game. See, this is where the luck-based stuff comes in. Sometimes they're just not going to give you good scores. Still probably going to be good enough. And now I will train up my people again. Just going to do more game dev gems. That's what we'll focus on. Also, dedicated fans, let them be, because if you let dedicated fans do stuff with your old engines, then they're just going to become even bigger fans. And what we really care about right now is just getting as many fans as possible. So let's train up all of our people with game dev gems. Just allow them to get a better score than they got last time. And we'll do a large booth because I want this next game to be a big one. So let's do a publishing deal. Let's find something good. Any topic, any genre. Don't mind if I do. We'll go back to our roots with the racing games. And this should be the perfect time to release one of these games. I guess maybe not because it just said the popular genre is action, but I don't care about what the popular genre is. I make my own popular genres. Also, yes, I will take a media inquiry and we're going to hype up this game. We're going to say it's going to be the greatest game ever made. So that builds some hype. We'll also do some hype by just doing some marketing, and we'll get even more hype by getting this game convention at G3. Over 200,000 people showing up. That raises the hype even more. And yeah, here's where the game starts getting really addicting. It's just such a fun process of doing this. We might as well also add another small marketing campaign on top of that. And we also learn about sequels. Sequels can be pretty powerful. We will use them in certain areas. But the hype for this game is out of the roof. Hopefully we actually deliver on it. So I will wait for those bugs to go away. That is good. That should be records on both of those, which I do appreciate. And we get more stuff like 3D graphics. I want to research 3D graphics right away. Those are definitely going to be worth it getting. And we'll get some of my people on some other stuff that will be good for certain games. But okay, so you're going to get an 8 to a 10 if you have a good game coming out. Probably worth the amount of hype we got. Good despite its name. Please stop saying that. It really hurts my feelings. But that is going to be a lot. We'll get those 3D graphics. And I want to start using those 3D graphics right away. So we'll put them into a new custom engine. And with a publishing deal, we can probably make an action game. Yeah, airplane action is apparently a really good combo. But our first 3D game, this is going to be a beautiful one. And also for action, we will want to switch up this, making the first one 100, then that one 80. Then for action game, 80 and 100 is still fine. We'll also put the better AI in. And action games are actually really similar to your simulation games. So again, we're going to keep those the same. Now, don't forget the marketing campaign. Just keep it a small one. New record on our design. And we give that person some more money. And I will also train these guys in some more game dev gems. Just always making them better. That is a very important thing. Now, I got some haters on this game this time, probably because I didn't actually train our guys before that. But giving them some more training now, we should definitely be able to get a very successful game next time. And we'll do this government strategy game, which strategy is also a little different. 80 and 100 there. Then this one's 100. That one is 80. And 100, 0, 80. So that is perfect. The worst part about making different types of games is switching up these sliders, so then I have to change them back later. It's sad. But you gotta do what you gotta do to make as amazing games as I do, like game number 11. And good enough, well-performing game to where this game should be able to get us up to 100k fans. I'm happy it wasn't a 10 out of 10 because we want our next game to be one. So I'm just gonna train these guys hardcore and just give them a ton of game dev gems at this point. And yeah, that is over 100k. You should now be able to self-publish medium games, exactly what we want. But we want to make this next medium game amazing. So we'll get our guys very smart and we'll make a new custom engine, this time with stereo sound instead of mono. And we're going to do an airplanes action game this time. That way we can have it be on the play system. And this should be a very good game, especially with all the training I did for my guys. So changing up the sliders just like usual. I'm going to stop explaining myself when I'm doing this. Oh, and I do not mind a medium inquiry. This is going to be the most hype game of all time. We no longer have to worry about publishers. This is all us at this point. And I'm going to go ahead, spend $2 million on a large marketing campaign and also a sponsorship. Sure, we'll do it. I think I might as well also wait out until we can get the large booth at the game convention. So we're spending a lot on marketing this. Hopefully it actually goes well. But that is a beautiful amount of people showing up. We're all the way above 200 hype and we get that done. I'll also let you guys go on vacation right away. New records on both of those. So everything, it looks like this should be fine. And yes, we got the 10s. Okay, that is what we wanted. You're always a little bit worried that you're not going to get all 10s. I mean, you're always going to get one person who gives you a 9, or I guess 2 this time. But as long as it's a couple of 10s, you're chilling. So now again, we get to wait a little bit. Because here's where we just get to enjoy all the money that we get to make. And everybody's looking at the game and seeing, oh, everybody else likes this game. Now I have to buy it too. So it's going to give us even more sales. We're going to get over 1 million sales just with this one game. And that's exactly what we wanted. We do also want some more research points. So I am going to make a couple of game reports for these guys. That also tells you what's good or bad about the games you made. And, you know, it's not the most important thing in the world, honestly, because we do already know the stats ourselves, but that's going to be a bit of them. We can also do some contract work and hope that we get some research points out of those. Yeah, we might be failing this contract. We're right there. Okay, we actually got the contract. Now, at this point, it's really just about making more games and building up our audience. We'll get some more 3D graphics. We'll get some different other things that we can add, maybe some sequels, because those are always a good thing. And eventually our workers are going to ask to move to a new office, but you kind of just have to wait for them to do so. So I will go create our newest custom engine with some better stuff. We'll get ourselves a large booth because we're about to make a new game and we can show off this new engine. Who doesn't love a good government simulation game? You know, that's exactly what you need in your life. And we can add even more stuff to it. This is going to be a beautiful game. Even better G3 results than last time. We love to see it. That's going to build up the hype. We'll also do another large campaign. This one's probably not going to be a 10 out of 10 because our last one was, but we can still have a pretty successful game, still get a ton of fans out of it. So that's our main point. And there are the bugs, and these people are always asking to go on vacation, I swear. And they're always asking for salary increases. It's like they think they're getting better, but there is going to be our renovated offices. Don't mind if I do. Our office is now looking very nice. We're looking like a legit game company at this point. And whoa, is this actually going to be that good? Okay, I was not expecting. I guess we did make a lot of improvements to our engine. So maybe that just went ahead and gave us another 10 out of 10 game right away. Look, I'm not going to complain about things going well. And now we can just do some more studying up for our people. And yeah, just keeping them on this training section, just keeping them doing what they need to do. Those are the most important things. Look how well this game is selling right now. It's probably helping that the strong audience is everybody and our government simulator was for everybody. I do want to get a new topic though. It's always good to get some more of those. I like dungeon games because you can do mature with them and they can also still be a simulation game. You already know I love my simulation games. Oh, and someone wants to transfer me money. I'm not gonna get scammed like that. Okay, let's do the medium dungeon simulation. Make it PC because PC loves the rated M games. And this should just be a beautiful one. Now, you might notice I haven't hired another fourth person yet, even though we can. And that's because we don't really need one until we're making large games. Medium games are not that hard to make. So yeah, we're just chilling with it. And also, what do we want to focus on? Artificial intelligence is important for the simulation games. And rumor, I will give you an interview. Wow, we are just getting all these interviews and stuff. I'm going to take it. And I'm going to go ahead and do a large campaign for it. I have the money. I might as well use it. They said we're the greatest person of all time. And yeah, they love our games. At least that's what I read from it as I was speedrunning. I don't think they actually said that, but okay, I can dream. Now we get rid of a lot of our bugs. We have a lot of hype right now. New records on that kind of stuff and some more level ups. And also a lot more stuff that we could get right now. But we don't have quite enough research points for that. In this game, our dungeon game, we'll take some 8s. You know, we just got a bunch of 10s in a row. So I don't mind having, you know, it's still a good game, but okay, all games I hate you. And you know what? Let's go ahead and make a sequel, but we're going to make the sequel to one of our all-time greats. Game number 3, our vocabulary simulation game, baby. Now, sequels are good because everybody who loved the old game is going to be hyped about the new game coming out. So they'll be like, oh, that was my favorite vocabulary simulation game I've ever played. I gotta play this new one. So yeah, it just gives us some hype on itself just because people are getting excited for a sequel to this. So sequels can be very powerful, but you do have to make sure that they're on a new engine than what the original one was on. And yeah, you just want to make sure they're actually going to be a real sequel. You want to wait a while to actually make a sequel. There are a couple things that you have to worry about with them, but it's not too much. And large booth for our vocabulary game. You know, this is going to be the greatest vocabulary game ever created. Yeah, the people at the convention, can we get over 400k this time? Oh, just didn't break it. Still a lot of hype out of that. And I could play this game for so long. It's just such a fun process of making more games, even though these people want more and more money from me. Let's go ahead and get some more additions to our game engine, though. Is this gonna be a 10? You shouldn't have. You shouldn't have, Gabe. Thank you. Can it be all 10s out of 10s? No, not yet, but still pretty good stuff. And yeah, just having 2 greatly selling games at the same time, but you can really see how much more the 10 out of 10 games sell than the ones that are just a little bit worse. That's really why you want to focus on getting 10 out of 10s. Competitors muttering jealous remarks, they deserve to mutter jealous remarks. I'm better than them. And new engine just to make some stuff better. Just always trying to increase our engine, always trying to increase our skill of our workers. And soon we should also be able to get our next new office, which will make things even better. Game Engine 5 is now complete, and let's go with a Dream Vast this time because that is good for simulation games, and it is the most popular thing on the market, so it's just going to be able to sell a little bit more. Those things don't really matter that much, but they are something to kind of focus on. Already getting some hype up because we have so many fans. We don't even have to create our own hype. We just have it. Oh, we do have these people ready for a vacation, though. Okay. Right as soon as we start the game. Come on, guys. I'll just give them their vacation immediately because since they're not here working, it won't actually cause anything bad to go on. You'll see that even though this is going up, or at least it thinks it's going to go up, it should go back down since they're on vacation. Maybe not. Okay, there it went. Yeah, you see it's kind of like stuttering a little bit because those people aren't actually able to work on the things they're supposed to be able to work on. And a large campaign for that, of course. Gonna be a beautiful game. Getting our hype up again. And we do see the play system too. We will definitely want to make some games for that guy. But a good amount of hype, especially for something that doesn't have a convention or anything. And this is kind of a filler game in between our 2 games, so I'm not too worried about it doing well. Still got some new records out of it. And some 3D graphics. I will definitely research that once we have the points available. And yeah, nice little filler game before we work on some more. Now I'm going to generate some more game reports just to get some more research, and especially because I'm kind of just waiting at this point. Because this year, once we get to a later month, we'll be able to move to our new office, get some more people working for us. And since we are waiting, it's time to get rid of some of our day ones. We're going to fire all of our employees except for our first one because we do need to keep 1 employee, but they were costing me too much money. They kept asking for raises. Oh, wait, I was looking into it. To move to the bigger office, you need 4 people at the... okay, I'm just going to get some trash people. There we go. Okay, now they're saying we should go to a new headquarters. We will. and now it's time to fire these people. Yeah, I know I just hired you guys, but it is what it is. It's the market. And the reason we want to do that is now we can spend a lot of money to get much better people. I don't know if we'll keep Anthony Davis. I do like him. And we will want to open a research and development department, which is another big reason why we want these better employees. But you can see these guys are just a lot better in what they can do, which is why we really wanted to get them. Even though we had to ruin the lives of some people, I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to go fast. I don't know if that's always a reason to do what I do. Anyways, we do need a 715 design person, so I will take Adam. And then we're just switching back and forth by people who are better at the technical side and people who are better at the design side. I'll keep Anthony Davis. That's my real day one. You gotta keep him. We will also research large games and hire Noah over here. That should be everybody. I don't really need a game convention right now. And now we have all of these people. We have a new super team. But for large games, again, we're just going to want to find publisher deals instead of trying to do it ourselves. So any topic, any genre, don't mind if I do. Oh wait, it needs to be medium. Never mind. We'll do some quick contract work. That way we can get these people actually into the grind as well and get some more research points, because I do need to research another topic so we can actually do one of these. All right, we are not a good enough team for this just yet. We will be paying a penalty. Unlucky. But now I can research the UFO genre, and we're gonna end up doing a UFO action game. Okay, now we can finally actually get this team to work. We had to do a lot of training and stuff to get them up here. And we also have more people than ever, so I do want to put these people in the right spots. Technology, a design person, and a design person. And with bigger games, it's just going to cost a bigger budget. We're going to have to work on them for longer, and that makes people more and more tired. So yeah, there's a couple things to think about as you do make these bigger games, hopefully. Oh, I declined an interview. My bad. And we can go ahead and get some solar panels. I will do that. And we'll go ahead, get a large campaign, start building up some hype around this game. For this one, design person there, technology person there. Okay, Anthony is a lot worse than everybody else, I'm not gonna lie. I want to keep you, Anthony, but you gotta improve your stuff. So now you can just see the crazy amount of design and technology we're getting with such a big team. So this should be a pretty successful game. It's also giving us a ton of research points, which will allow us to open the lab. So that'll be cool too. Now I'll go ahead with this, wait till the bugs are gone. We don't have that much hype on this, all things considered. I guess maybe we should have had a convention or something, but good enough. And now once that's done, we can see this. Please be good scores. Okay, I feel like that should have been a little bit better. We will take it though, 7s and 8s. That is enough for the publisher deal. And again, we're just trying to get more fans. I'm also gonna make Adam here our design specialist. And yeah, I'm sorry, AD, but yeah, you're gonna head out from here. Sometimes you gotta be a cutthroat business person, and these people are just a lot better at what I need them to do. But making that person a design specialist literally is just to make the R&D lab. But we're not going to really do too much with it just yet because you need a lot more money to make it worth it. But it will be important later. So we'll keep that for now. We'll send all of these people on their vacations. And we have more than 250, so we can self-publish large games. That's actually perfect. These guys are tired, but aren't asking to be on vacation. I'm so confused. Whatever. Let's create some new games. Let's go back to another racing game. And back to simulation, move those guys a little bit. But yeah, we're really just at the grinding section of this game now, trying to get better games, trying to get a lot of money, and then eventually making our magnum opus, which is going to sell us 100 million copies. Oh, I'm also noticing my timers kind of covering the R&D lab. I'll move that over. And now everybody wants a vacation. Why now, people? Okay, we're going to have to do it. I was offering you a vacation earlier, but of course you wait till crunch time to tell me, hey, we actually want this at this point. All right, game 18 time. We're kind of bleeding through money at this point, so we definitely need something successful. Only a new record on that. I'm going to probably train a few of my employees. That's probably going to be the plan. But get some achievements. We see a new console. Don't really need to worry about that. And game 18, another 8. All right. 8s and 9s, can't complain too much about that. And we can do some training, just making sure that they're going to be better. We only have so much research points right now, so we can't do too much, but it's going to be enough. Still pretty well selling game. And it's nice because you actually get all the profits when you're not doing a publishing deal. And I want to make another government game. People always love those. The biggest issue with this game is there's always just so much stuff you can do at any point, but place some exploding barrels. I will take your money. That's just a little Easter egg you can do where they're supposed to reference something. Now, I'm also going to do some game reports here because I do want a bit more research. Very okay game, but I think I know what we need. What we definitely need right now is some better graphics. We've been on our old graphics for a while, and these guys also need a vacation, so I will send you on that. We can also add in some achievements. Everybody loves those. This all together should be able to help us make a good custom engine. Don't need that mono sound. Sometimes I just click on it and I'm like, oh wait, never mind. But also these people, I knew they needed their vacation eventually. They were just kind of chilling with it for a second. So fine, you can take your vacation now because after this, we gotta go. We gotta get a 10 out of 10 game. But so this game, I think we do a sequel now that we're on a new engine. I'll do this vocabulary simulator game. And this should be exactly what people want with the red exploding barrels. Make sure we add in the achievements to the gameplay. Just gonna be a nice addition. And we also get an interview simulation. Dialogue doesn't matter, so we want to do level design. I'll also grab myself a large campaign, and I think I might have made this a medium game instead of a large game, but that should probably still be fine. Not every game has to be the biggest thing in the world. You got to make good games. That's all that matters. Oh, it still gives us new records. Was this a large game? I have no idea. And then this one, 9s and 10s, please. Yeah, okay. All right, we'll take it. We'll take it. We've been needing a good game like that, so I will take it. And that finally means we might as well do some R&D lab stuff because we will start making back that money, and we're going to want to do internet opportunities. Meanwhile, I will also go and train a couple of these guys a bit more with some of our research. Just always keeping them well trained because it will come in useful eventually. And that's a nice rank 1 game, already sold 500,000, so you know we're doing good. But we're spending $3 million on the R&D lab. So, you know, a bit expensive, but that money will come in useful. Internet opportunities is good, and it will just allow us to get more things eventually. Let's make another racing game. Why not give me 2 10 out of 10s in a row? I know you want to. Everybody does. Okay, that finished. Now we can go ahead and get Codename Grid, which what that does is it basically just gives us passive income and allows people to download games off the internet. So it's a big upfront cost, but eventually it will be worth it because we're just always going to make money off it for the rest of the game. And our game is finally off the market, made us a lot of money. I'm a little worried about my R&D lab. I'll probably lower that just a tiny bit in a second, but that is a lot of people at our convention. I'm going to lower this to like 500K and we'll raise it back up later. Just don't want to go bankrupt. You know, we're trying to go fast and we're trying to get as many fans as possible, but you got to play it smart. Some more new records, of course, because we're making all of that work. Some more salary increases. These people love getting more money. Obviously they do. What am I talking about? And yeah, you just had close to a 10 out of 10 game, so the game's not going to give you 2 in a row. We'll still be fine with it. I do want to increase my sound though, so we will do some surround sound for that, as well as basic physics, because I mean, some basic physics are probably fine. And then once that's done, it gives us even more research, and there's always so much stuff you can do for this game. We might as well give you some stuff, give you some more technology. You'll need that eventually. But you get done with one thing and then you're like, oh, here's 10 more things I can do. It's been a while since we've done a dungeon game, which I like. Can keep it in the simulation, can keep it on the PC since it's perfect for rated M. And our R&D lab is almost done with Codename Grid. It is just a lot of stuff you have to do for it, but some basic physics. You gotta appreciate that. And our real goal, by the way, if you're wondering what we're trying to do to get up to this 100 million, we want more than 1 million fans. So we're trying to get 10 out of 10 games to give us a bigger amount of fans. And we also want a huge amount of cash because that will be important as well. So it really just is making better games and then just slowly getting to that ideal. Also source code, I don't mind giving it away. Giving it away, all it does is give you more fans. So, I mean, it's not like it's a bad thing. And a large booth for our new dungeon game. People are going to love this dungeon game. Now, surround sound instead of the other ones. That's going to make all that stuff really good. And also an interview, don't mind if I do. Obviously for simulation, we want to focus on the gameplay. And can we break 1 million people this time? I know it's going to be kind of close. We're getting up to 800. Okay, only 800. It's still a lot of hype, but I want 1 million. Our R&D lab is definitely being a bit of a cash drain right now though. So I would like to get another 10 out of 10. Like, you need the R&D lab, you need to invest in that, but you know, it's not fun. Also, new graphics need 100. We can just go and do some game reports for that. 7 out of 10, you liars. Okay, it's only getting better with every single one. That's just how the luck in this game works. It's sad. I am gonna blow them away with these new 3D graphics V4 though, and should allow us to have enough money to finish out Codename Grid. And then after that, yeah, I'm just gonna raise this because it will happen faster. And once Codename Grid is done, we'll just get that extra money from that and probably be fine. You guys, meanwhile, can work on that. Yeah, this R&D lab is definitely a bit expensive to run every single month, but they're doing their work. They're doing all their work. Like, why are you on a green screen doing that? What is that for this? That's Codename Grid done, though. That is beautiful. We don't really care about either of those projects right now, so I will let them get me some research just on a less degree than that. Because when they don't have a project, they just increase your research. It's pretty great. And we can have those people go on vacation. We can train a couple others, especially because we want this new game engine to perform really well for us. Also, Mbox 360 is a worthwhile thing to invest in. Oh yeah, you can see in the top right though, every month we get 300K from the grid income. So that is why it's worth it. It just kind of keeps you getting money even when you're not doing anything. And new engine, time for another sequel. Keep that on the PC, on our new game engine, give it those beautiful graphics. And this is just such a relaxing point now where you just get to watch the bubbles go up. Here, I'll let you enjoy the sounds. Isn't that just relaxing? Now we'll be able to combine the large campaign along with the game convention, and that should give us some good stuff. Also, simulation games are popular at this moment. That is amazing timing. Almost 1 million people at our place, still fine. And some beautiful 10 out of 10s. That's what we wanted to see. It's always so nice when you get the 10 out of 10 games. It just makes everything seem worth it that you went through and that you did. And we'll keep our people up with their training. I spend so much money just to train my people. But along with the popular genre being simulation, we are going to sell so much of this game. It was actually the best timing that could have been, which I think because of that, we want to get some more research. Let's go ahead, get this R&D lab all the way up because we're going to be making some good money for the next while. And once those guys are done, we can make another new game. Actually, let's pick a new topic. Let's go ahead and do an alternate history action game. Oh, we're also almost up to 500K fans. And then new game M alternate history with the action. Put that on the PC. Actually, Mbox 360 will be better than PC for this game. You might also wonder why I'm not just doing another simulation game, but the reason behind that is by the time we actually finish this game, the popular genre is definitely going to switch. You can't really chase trends in this game, especially when you're doing longer to develop games. But just look at the insane amount of research we're getting, by the way, because our budget has went up so much. And people have done illegal copies. We'll just warn them. I don't really care about the extra money you can get. Anything to keep the fans. The fans is what we care about. That's what pays my bills. And beautiful improvements on that. Also a new topic and new combo. Let's also get a bit of research in this stuff because we have all these research points. Orchestral soundtrack, don't mind if I do. But for that one, only a 6. Interesting scores. We'll also go ahead, of course, do some more training. You always want more training. And this is really one of the good things about the R&D lab. We can just always get more training, always get more upgrades to our engine when we do want to implement them. But again, we're not at a beautiful spot, so that's enough training for now. We got a ton of research points and we will lower it. I will not have time for a game before that's done. Now let's make a new dungeon simulation game. And I also probably do want to start researching MMO since that will open up some more stuff for us. Beautiful new records on that stuff for a dungeon game. Game number 25 might be the greatest. Also new 3D, gonna be 150, a little bit more expensive than I'd like it to be, but come on, game. This game really wants to give me some low scores right now. But when you're having financial troubles, just release the same old games over and over again. We're back to racing, baby. Hey, we hit 1 million people at G3. And this was just another okay game. So I think we upgrade the graphics. And yeah, pretty much from here, I just have to grind. Let's make a sequel to this old airplane action game. Put on the 3D graphics. And we also can research AAA games when we want to. So that will be nice soon. But okay, finally, another good game. All we needed was a good sequel. But from here on, I'm just going to grind out some 10 out of 10s. We're going to slowly get more money, and I'll let you know when we're doing the next interesting things. There's going to be our MMO support done at the lab. And I guess for now, we will need AAA games eventually, so I'll get that. Now, we also got R&D lab, a new type of graphics, and that will be good too. But right now, let's get this guy specialized in graphics. So that's important if you want to do AAA games. Basically, you can put someone who's specialized in a certain place on that part of the game. So if we put Dino on graphics now, he's going to do an even better job and make it even better. And we want at least 3 of our people to be like that before we make AAA games. Now, I kind of messed up a little bit by using him before. That might murder him. What's the worst that could happen? A lot could go wrong because he's going to be way overworked. But you know, he was supposed to be my graphic guy. Okay, so maybe don't massively overwork one singular employee. Now we know. Still did pretty well. So yeah, you can see why that is so powerful. And we want a couple of our people to be like that. Like Adam here, we can put on gameplay. And yeah, now that I have people not getting overworked, we get the new records, tons of level ups too. And also might as well come over here. Oh, I guess I have to see this game review first. 9s and 10s, please. It's been a while since I've got to 9s and 10s game. Okay, 9s and 8s. We'll still take it. Still, good game. Good despite its name. I can't believe people still are on me about my name. That's how my company has always worked, man. We'll put on the 3D graphics in the R&D lab. We'll give Martin level design because that's pretty good for our types of games. Now, we crossed over 100 million for the first time. So we are getting to the point of where I can almost release my game. Just got to go a little bit longer. All right, another really successful game. We needed one of those. It's been a while. Getting the graphics upgrades is always just one of the biggest things you can do for yourself. I'd love a game that sold 10 million copies because that should give us to around 200 million, which yeah, we won't quite do that, it looks like, but definitely getting some fans up, definitely getting our money up. All right, finally, we've gotten 3D graphics V7, which was really what I was waiting for. This game doesn't really matter. It's going to be okay, but I'm actually pretty fine with that too, because we do want a bad game before a really good one. So I'm just going to put all of my stuff towards this new 3D graphics, and then we can finally make the big game. Meanwhile, these guys, I guess they can get vacations or something, sure. And I mean, this last game still made us a pretty good amount of money. Not the best, but you know, we'll take it. And it's also time to research MMO support. So there is going to be our 3D graphics. We will turn that down. And now time to make our final custom engine. Or at least, hopefully, it's our final one. With our MMO support, with the better graphics, everything we need, everybody can go full speed ahead for this one. And basically, as much as we can, we're just going to ensure that our next game is going to be as successful as possible. Thankfully, our monthly costs right now, not too bad. And once that is done, it's time to develop a new game and make the greatest AAA government simulator MMO of all time. Yeah, I don't know how you're not going to want to play this one. Now, MMOs are a very interesting thing because basically they won't go offline until you make them go offline. But the longer you have them up, they exponentially get more expensive. So that's why we wanted so much money and so many fans, because we're going to need a lot of money to actually be able to stay alive as a company. This could be the death of our company if I'm not careful. Of course, we got to hype this game, say it's going to be the greatest game of all time. Hopefully it will be. Otherwise, we'll just need to make another. But who doesn't want a government simulation MMO? That sounds amazing. These people already want vacations. I think they should be fine until we're done with making this, or at least that's the hope. And the grid costs are really coming in clutch right now because we spent a lot of money trying to make this game, but our staff just to have these 6 people is $600,000 a month. And yeah, the grid, it takes at least a third of that, so I'll take it. Of course, we'll get our large booth. We got to build up as much hype as physically possible for this. And then as long as it's a 10 out of 10 game, or at least close to that, we should be good. Now, this is going to give us over 1.5 million people. Very big turnout. Our people are absolutely exhausted right now. Don't worry, guys. We're almost done. I guess I'll put you guys on vacation. I don't mind if this takes a little bit longer to be made as long as it's the best thing possible. We got 500 hype. We have 2 million in the bank. And hopefully this is what we will need. Just give me the 10 stars. I'd really appreciate it. I mean, it should be very much an increase on our last game just because we have those better graphics. Oh, come on, man. Okay, so something went wrong with this game somewhere, so we're gonna have to make another MMO. The good thing is we can just keep this online while we make the next one. So it's gonna make us money. You see it does have some server costs while it's going. And we can also research this expansion pack. So I will do that right now since we will need it soon. But it's just gonna make us some passive income, so we can just let that worry about that. Meanwhile, we'll trade in these guys a little bit more, and we'll just try to get an actual good performing MMO. This definitely does lower the amount of money that we would have liked to make, but that'll be fine. How about a dungeon simulator MMO? Maybe people will like that better on the PC. Now, as you can see in the top right, we are still making money off this MMO, but the server costs are raising. And yeah, that's just gonna happen forever. So you gotta balance that as you try to get 100 million. This one looks a lot better in terms of our design and technology, maybe because they were a little bit more rested. And now we can probably take this old one off the market since it's not gonna make us much money. We want other people to come to our new one. I actually don't know if that actually affects it, but it might. And you all deserve a vacation after you gave me that score. That is one beautiful score. Okay, that is more like the score that we were looking for. All 9s and 10s, please. Okay, yeah, 9.5, we will take that. So this one should be good enough to get what we need. As you can see, the sales are just going to skyrocket. And yeah, we're just gonna keep letting them go up. That's the plan. So in between this stuff, we will want to train some people. You know, just the normal, trying to make every game better than the last. Wait, I didn't make this one an MMO. Okay, little mistake. I think the players make just a random couple of games. That way they don't get mad at me for that. You know, just have some text-based games I'm gonna give you after this. Oh, what an interesting decision that was for me. I'm not even gonna talk to anybody. At least we have a ton of money, so our next MMO should be good. And yeah, we'll just put out literally the worst game ever for these people. Sorry, guys. I still have nightmares. Also, after year 35, it gives you a little, like, final score. Here's what we got for that, but you can just keep going after it. And that's what you usually will have to do if you do want to get 100 million sales on a single game. And I might as well give myself the engine specialization. And now let's actually do a good sequel of this, actually make it an MMO, and hope we can get that same type of score. We will see. Also, for the R&D lab, you can do a marketing campaign. I kind of feel like it's not worth it, but I guess we'll try it. All right, not exactly the scores we needed. I'm gonna have to grind this for a little bit longer. That hurts. Okay, thankfully, everybody loves my alternate history action game. I knew they would. Could it be an actual 10 out of 10? An actual 10 out of 10 as our last game of the video. That's amazing. Okay, that feels great. And now we can just see as the sales will roll in, and hopefully this should be our 100 million game. So I need to make sure we get to 100 million copies before we go bankrupt. Now we have a lot of cash, so that shouldn't be too hard to do, but it is possible still to go bankrupt if you're not careful. And how we're gonna do that is by releasing expansion packs. But before we do that, I'm gonna train up these guys. We have tons of research points, and it just makes sense. Preferably, we get another well-scoring expansion pack when we release that. And it's also better to wait to release your expansion packs, just because if you release them right away, they won't do as well. I can also finally, with that, get our boy Noah specialized, so he takes the engine. And now every single one of my people is specialized in at least something. So we already sold 100 million of those. We don't really need the RMB. And yeah, let's do the large booth just so we can start. Noah's about to be done, and we can start advertising that, as well as it will just get people to buy the first game too. So we'll wait till Noah's done. He got that. We can do an expansion pack. It's just going to be pretty much all the exact same stuff. Oh wait, I just realized I was also engine and I put Noah on engine. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But you can start to see in the top right, our red bar is slowly but surely catching up to our green bar. And we do have a nice reserve of cash, but that's not going to last us forever. We need this expansion pack to get back up the hype for the game. Like, MMOs are great, but they're not the best way of making money, surprisingly, just because of how expensive it is to upkeep them. If you just want to get a ton of sales, though, it's the way to go, just because they can stay on the market forever. We are very much starting to get in the red in this first game, so we need this expansion pack to come out fast. These people, unfortunately, wanted vacations again. We have so much hype, though, because in this one time, we got 2 different gaming conventions. So once this guy is perfect, that is another new record on both of those. And while the new sales of this expansion pack don't count for the original game sales, so they don't count for the 100 million we're trying to get, they will cause people to buy the original game more, because you need the original game to get the expansion pack. So with these 9s out of 10s, I will very much take those. They do not need to be 10 out of 10s for these. And as soon as that hits, yeah, we are shooting right back in the green, but we still got to keep working. I think we want to get some more new things to the engine at this point. So I'm just going to research a couple of different topics. I'm never exactly sure what would be best to research here, because it's a little hard to tell, but You know, just some general stuff is probably good. I'm going to get some low value stuff though, because if you have too many high value things, your workers aren't going to be able to complete them. So low value stuff, probably better to focus on. Just get some Easter eggs and stuff for this next engine. But we are now shooting back into profitability, at least for now. All right, halfway there with 50 million, but this is getting so expensive to upkeep. These extra things should help a little bit though. The maintenance for this is now up to $11 million. So that's fun. It's okay. We're about to release another expansion and maybe this is just all 10 out of 10s and then we're good. I'm also going to stop the R&D. This is really the stressful part of the speedrun because a lot of it is just luck. Will you get lucky enough? Please just be the greatest expansion pack of all time. I'm begging you. At least new records. That's a good part of it. And 9s and 10s. Okay, this should carry us over to the end. Give me another 10, please. Thank you. My new favorite. I appreciate that, man. That should be what we need. Hopefully, because the hope is that just raises us to our final bits. Like, we don't really care about the money. It's not that important. It's just getting more unit sales as fast as possible. And getting a 10 out of 10 game just helps so much with that. I don't even think it's worth it at this point to make another expansion pack, but I'm not sure. Get the 2 million at the game convention. Don't mind if I do. That hopefully translates into a bit more sales. And yeah, 10 million more. I think we just sit here. We just sit here and we hope. Should I fire my employees? They are costing me a lot of money. Yeah, you know what? We end this. They want to go on vacation. We end this how we started, all alone. If I don't get these sales, this will be very much of a mistake, but you know, it'll be funnier this way. At the very least, a lot of money I'm saving. You know, just having no employees, me in this huge office by myself, no one even in the R&D lab. But finally, as soon as we hit 100 million sales, that's going to be time for 0227. The achievement didn't show up because I already got it in my practice. But yeah, unobtainium, sell 100 million copies without a publisher. I'm the only one who's done this speedrun, I think. World record, and subscribe if you enjoyed. Bye.